slash vertical problem, but if I haven't, please let me know and I will try again, because that would just be so silly if I did a third time the wrong direction. And if any of you are here in the chat and want to say hello, I would love to say hello too. So today we are going to talk about Kevin again. I want to do, so I don't know why, I mean, I was definitely influenced to purchase this little guy, but now that I have him, I kind of want a little mini one for my desk. I'm trying to resist, but the big hearth sized one is pretty awesome. And right now I have him in 2 scarves. I did a video about this scarf and kind of talked through some of the details of this scarf. I feel like scarves are honestly the easiest porch goose decoration or accoutrement, accessory, whatever we want to call it. So this one is supposed to be kind of Chiefs themed because I'm in Kansas City. And then this one is winter themed. So I don't think I'll have him wear both at the same time, but I do not want to lose this. And I need to do the fringe for it a little bit. So I'm going to do that probably in a little bit. But in the meantime, because I liked this guy so much, I ordered one for my sister and one for my ex-mother-in-law. So my sister's goose doesn't arrive until Wednesday. I've been tracking them. And my ex-mother-in-law's, hers arrives tomorrow. So I can't wait to see what they both think. I didn't have time or forethought to actually make an accessory for my ex-mother-in-law's one, but I am going to be visiting my sister soon. And so I've started to make one for her house. So she is, her husband is in the PhD program at Missouri S&T. So they live down there, and the colors for that school are green and yellow. So I'm going to do the same sort of stripe. I feel like this is just a really good stripe to do with school colors or team colors or any colors that you want to combine. Like I could do this for Christmas with red and green. I will probably do, I'm thinking more of a heart-shaped granny sweater for this guy, for Kevin. I'm not sure how that's gonna look exactly. I'm thinking maybe just like 2 big granny squares and then kind of joined with some ribbing. I don't know, we'll see. Kevin, what do you think? He's awfully quiet on the matter. He appreciates all of the dressing that I do for him, all of the scarves. So far, that's all we've done. I don't know if any of you have checked these geese out online, or if you've seen them in your neighborhoods or anything like that. But if you do check them out, they sell all kinds of fancy outfits for them, and I am so tempted. But the crocheter, the maker in me wants to create my own. But I do love the sets that they sell too. Maybe I'll have to do some at some point. But right now I am trying to resist, and I'm trying to use him as an inspiration for my using up some of my yarn and crocheting. So I'm going to keep working on this green and yellow. So it's going to, for this one, I'm following the same pattern as I followed for this blue, where I did 65 chains plus 3 for that first stitch. And then I am doing a double crochet all the way across, and then I will switch to yellow for a single crochet, and then I will do the final row of double crochet back in this green again. And this is just the Walmart Mainstays. I really, their yarn is not the softest. Like it's not even as soft as the Premier Just Yarn worsted that you get at the Dollar Tree. That, I'm looking over at the back of the couch to that quilt. That one is so soft. I wish I could let you all hold it and touch it, because it's so soft. So it's not that soft. However, it is not as scratchy as, like, say, a red heart. It's, you know, somewhere in between. And the good news is they have really good basic colors, like just kind of primary colors that you need for all the things. Like, this was made from the mainstays red, white, and yellow. Like, what's not to love about that? It's just good basic colors. And this is the mainstays green, and then I'll throw in a mainstays yellow for the in-between stripe part, because it just works. Okay, so heart granny square sweater is what I'm thinking for Valentine's Day. However, I'm open to other options. So if you guys have ideas, I was hoping this could be a brainstorming, and that anyone else who has ideas or who has seen cute things would want to help me dress up Kevin. I don't know if Kevin's a boy or a girl, or, but he wouldn't mind wearing a pink sweater, I'm pretty sure. So that is going to be the plan. Is the other thing that I've thought of for Kevin is for Valentine's Day specifically. They have Mainstays makes kind of variegated with pinks and whites. I think it has 2 shades of pink and a white, and I thought that might, just a plain variegated kind of circle type sweater might work really well for him too. Yeah, Kevin's gonna get a lot of fun outfits, because I think it's a good way to use up some of my yarn stash. So out of curiosity, has anyone made any New Year's crafting resolutions that they want to talk about? Because if you have, I think that's what I'm going to do for my next live, is talk through some of mine. I don't know if I have made anything specific other than to make the magnolia blanket. And I want to do the pattern for that, write out a pattern, which I've been intimidated by creating something. One of the reasons that I've been intimidated by it is because I know some people love this, so this may be an unpopular opinion. I don't like really long patterns. I actually find them tremendously annoying. I have a printer at my house, and I love it when I can print one page front and back with all the information, because most of the time that's all you need. Most of the patterns I purchase are not for really complex things, and I feel like there's an art that goes into making something simple. I do appreciate pictures, but I appreciate simplicity more than pictures, to be honest. And I know I've seen some people criticize simple patterns online for not being descriptive enough, or not including enough pictures, that sort of thing. I feel like it's kind of like with cookbooks and recipes, where it's nice to see the finished recipe in a picture. Like, it's really nice. However, when I actually go to use it, I just want the ingredients list, and if there's something special, I want that listed, like some special step you have to do. But most of the time, like, I don't want it to be pages and pages for a simple recipe. And I feel like it's the same for crochet. I really, really appreciate designers who can make it into one page. So that will be my personal goal. And I know that is not the type of pattern that everyone loves. Some people really love the like 10-page patterns. So this was one of, I'm not going to call this designer out, but I purchased a really simple and beautiful design pattern for chicken. And I love the chicken design. So I purchased the pattern, and it was like 10 pages. For the pattern was actually just inside like a small box, but there was like 10 pages of before notes and 10 pages of after notes. It really could have fit onto one page. And for printing purposes, like my printer doesn't like to print a lot. Like it'll print a page, no problem. But when you're asking it to print 10 pages, it, personal pet peeve. Okay, probably an unpopular opinion, but maybe my old lady is showing through. I don't know. Okay, so we've got the, back to the Kevin's outfit ideas. So we've got the heart granny square idea. The other thing I was thinking of is something for Easter that he probably needs something for Easter. I'm not sure. I've seen like one of the costumes that they sell was a whole big bunny suit with little ears that came out of it, and it was actually pretty cute. But I was thinking maybe instead of all of that, I would just do some little bunny ears. I'm not sure how that would work exactly on Kevin because he's a slippery fellow. So not sure on that. I'll have to think through it. But I'm open to ideas for Easter for all of these things. Like he doesn't need just one outfit. He's a dapper fellow. He could use a lot of them. And then for St. Patty's Day, obviously something green and maybe a leprechaun hat. I don't know, a little like hat with a pot of gold on it. I am, again, open to ideas. And then for 4th of July and all the patriotic holidays like Memorial Day, Labor Day, Flag Day, 4th of July, all of those, I was thinking something obviously red, white, and blue. It would be too summery for a scarf, but I'm not sure what to do on that. So if you have ideas, I'm seriously open to those. Please feel free to leave those in the comments. Okay, so next time, let's talk through 2026 goals for the new year for crochet. I know one of you is planning to make a granny square quilt, one of these Christmas ones, and I am so excited to cheer you on and to see the finished product. I hope you will put it in the community section as a picture. I would love that. And yeah, I haven't decided what my goals are other than to dress this fellow quite a bit. And that magnolia blanket. Those are my two so far. I also want to visit a couple of local yarn stores. I saw this creator online who I should find her page and put it on here, but I don't remember her name. She decided to open a yarn store, and she is kind of documenting that process on YouTube, and that has been so much fun to see for those of us who have dreamed of opening a yarn store and maybe just don't think we ever will. That has been a lot of fun to see her process, and she has a whole section of pre-loved yarn, which I love. She's also a crocheter, which I feel like most yarn stores cater towards knitters. Maybe this is another unpopular fiber opinion, that most yarn stores cater to knitters and sometimes look down on crocheters. I've had some of them be a little snobby, but in fairness, I do feel like crocheters as a group tend to appreciate the lower end yarns. I know I do. I certainly appreciate what I'm doing right now is with the Mainstays Walmart yarn, and then this one is with the Dollar Tree yarn. So I appreciate the cheap yarn for sure. I do appreciate the fancy yarn, but I tend to make more little things with the cheap stuff, and I don't mind using it at all. Okay, well, I see there are a couple people here who have joined and haven't commented, but thank you for joining. And I'm hoping to do a few more lives over the Christmas break. I'm a work from work type lady, so I don't get to do middle of the day type activities from home very often. And this is a fun treat because I have the holiday off. I will not be doing it tomorrow, but maybe the next day. All right, I will talk to you all later. Thank you for joining. And if you do have ideas for Kevin and his new wardrobe, please, please, please share. Okay, bye-bye.